Alright, it's just after 6:10. I'm going to make my first juice now. Just a simple apple and carrot juice. Getting ready to go to the gym. The thing is, that's simple to use that you can just do it one-handed. Apple. Absolutely brilliant. And that's it. That was made. It's about 0.75 of a litre. Very nice. See you in a bit. I'm going to drink that. That's it. Gym's finished. I'm just going to finish off the rest of this juice, and then we've got to take a car up for its test. So good luck with that. See you later. Alright, I'm doing the next juice now. Just got back from the car test. Passed. That's a good thing. Right, what we've got here is we've got 3 beets. We've got a bit of celery and 3 apples there. So I'm going to put these through the juicer now. So there it is. That's the beetroot juice. It's a bit more than that. It's very nice. It smells very earthy, and it tastes the sweetness in the undertones, I think, of the apple, definitely with 3 apples there. The beets are sweet anyway, and there's a sort of a saltiness with the celery. You can taste the celery underneath, but I always think that there's a saltiness with celery. It's very nice. I made that one again. I got 3 sets of beetroot. They were a bit expensive up at the local market. They were €1.49 for 3. They had the tops on them and everything. We're going to go to the farmer's market on Saturday and I'll see if we can get those cheaper, because I'll definitely do that again. I mean, if not for anything else, but for that colour, that gorgeous colour, and blood red. Beautiful, and it's really smooth, tasty. Yeah, do that again, definitely. Speak to you in a while. This is juice number 4. I had one earlier on as well. It was before we went to the ATV place. It was just a mean green, so I forgot all about doing a video for that. This one is basically cabbage. It's lettuce and some pears. It's not my favourite one altogether, and it doesn't look the nicest. That bit on the top is lovely, but it is nice. Mm. Mm. I think the smell is worse than the taste. You can smell the cabbage off it, whereas you can't really taste it, if you get what I mean. But yeah, I'll probably have one more juice before I go to bed later on. Tomorrow's the day off from the gym, so I won't be doing anything. I'm going to do a few chores around the house, do a few videos, and I'll see you then. See you later. No juice now, just some water. I think it's important to get your water down as well. You know, one of my goals in this is to lose weight. Well, not exactly to lose weight, but to try and get myself in a position where I'm as healthy as I can be. And I know having a gut, you know, a big belly around the front of it is not conducive to health, right? You know, I've been told that several times by several different doctors. So it's something that I want to get rid of, and I've been trying to get rid of it for a long time. So for me, it's part of the whole process. You know, this whole 30-day juicing thing is not just about going on a juicing fast. There's other reasons why I'm doing it. Like I've said, it's about resetting a lot of different things, resetting the salt intake, resetting the meal sizes, resetting, sort of recalibrating my brain a little bit, you know, to accepting that it's not all cut and dried, you know, that it doesn't have to be a 3 meal a day and every meal has to be huge and all that kind of stuff, right? That I can go 30 days without juice, right? I'm hungry now. I'm drinking this water. I'm going to go in and have a juice in a while. I'm going to light the fire. I'm going to have a shower, and you know, I'm going to start my day again tomorrow, day 10. But for me, it's about the process, and you've got to know where you want to go at the end of the day. You know, my goal is to have that, to have inner health, but to feel healthy, and to perceive myself as being healthy on the outside as well as the inside, right? So, you know, to be satisfied with the way I look, right? You know, I'm not talking about that as an age thing, but this gut is, for me, is still, it's like a symptom of what I used to be, what I used to do. I never had a gut until I started drinking heavily. You know, I was well into my late 20s before I started developing a belly, and metabolism and stuff is higher when you're young, but you know, drinking a lot of pints of alcohol doesn't help that, you know. So, you know, the process is all about that. For me, is the end goal is to be the best possible version of myself, right? And that one thing is sort of a goal on the way to that, if you know what I mean. So once you know where you want to go, once you know what your ultimate aim is, you know, and you can have different aims. I mean, you know, that one thing for me, being the best person that I can possibly be, is something that I've got completely control over, right? I've got control over whether I get up in the morning and study, whether I get up in the morning and just sit down watching TV, right? I've got control over what I eat in the morning for my breakfast, what I don't eat for the morning or breakfast. I mean, I got a few narky comments about the sugar video I did a while ago, and I held up the orange juice, and there was a lot of orange juice in there, and I wouldn't recommend that people drink that amount of orange juice on a day-to-day basis, but people would just sort of, people look at the fructose and they see sugar. They don't see anything else in the orange juice. They don't see the vitamins, the minerals. They don't see it as being, you know, part of something which you're trying to do, which is controlled, right? 30 days is very controlled. I wouldn't drink that in the morning ever, you know. You know, I much prefer to have porridge in the morning. That was always my staple, because I think it serves a better purpose. But in this controlled environment, what I'm doing, the 30 days, it serves a specific purpose, right? And you know, one way of looking at this is get up in the morning, right, and drink a pint or a pint and a half of orange juice, freshly squeezed orange juice. I'm not talking about the crap that they sell in your supermarket that's sitting on the shelf, it's not refrigerated, or even the stuff that is refrigerated, right? I'm talking about the stuff that you squeeze yourself, right? So you've got a pint of orange juice or a glass or a litre or whatever it is, right? And drink that and see how it affects your mood and your mind for the rest of the day. Then the next morning, get up and drink a litre of Coke, right? You know, we're talking about fructose versus fructose here, right? And see how that affects your mind and your mood for the rest of the day, right? You'll see a stark difference. You know, if you don't want to drink the Coke, eat a packet of Oreos or something like that and see how that affects your mood. It will be night and day, you know. The Oreos and the Coke in the night time, you know, it's like they're not going to help your mood at all, you know. They'll just give you this instant up and an instant back down again. Whereas even though the fructose and the orange juice will give you that high, it won't drop you down the same. I mean, that's not what I'm feeling. You know, you have to understand where you want to go in this, right? And to break down your journey into smaller chunks, right? Break down that goal into smaller chunks, and then take one of those chunks, like I'm doing here with a 30-day reboot, or losing weight, or trying to get down to a certain weight by a certain time, right? Or trying to incorporate the weight loss into the new gym thing that I'm doing, right? And then once you've broken it down into chunks, then you figure out a process of getting to that end result, just to that one chunk, you know. And I think 30-day blocks are one of the best ways of doing this, because it's not a long time. You can really put yourself out there to feel some discomfort for that 30 days and see how you feel towards the end of it. I'll do a video towards the end of this, maybe day 23, 24, where I'm talking about what I'm going to do next and how I'm going to move the process forward another step or 2 steps or whatever, you know. And once you figure out that process, then you've got to stick to the process. You know, there's no point in saying to yourself, well, I'm going to do a 30-day juice, right? And then 2 days into it or 3 days into it, have a snack, a bag of crisps, or have have anything that's food, right? Food, you know, solid food. I mean, this whole thing is to give your, for me, it's to give my digestion a break. I mean, I was having sort of really bad, not flatulence, but bloating in my intestines through the night, especially. And you know, towards the end of the night, I was waking up with pains in my stomach and stuff, and that was going on for ages. And that's gone, right, since I've started this. I haven't had it once since I started this. So, you know, that's dealt with that one side of it, right? If I'd taken something, if I'd have taken a bit of food, you know, a bit of solid food within that time frame, it would have introduced something solid into my digestion, the digestive processes, and it wouldn't have helped, right? Do you get what I mean? You know, it's once you get to this area, once you get to that process that you're going to do, you know, stick to it like glue. You know, it's like I was saying yesterday, right? If you complicate things, it's going to be much more difficult to stick to a process, because you might start out with an idea of this grandiose thing that you want to do within that time frame, and then realize once you get into it that you can't do it. But if you simplify things, juicing is a very simple concept, right? You buy a juicer, you buy fruits and vegetables, you juice the fruits and vegetables, you drink that, and you do it for 30 days. It's an easy concept. You can't sort of move too far outside the boundaries of that thing, right? But if you say to yourself, well, I'm going to, like I started out this thing, right, saying I'm going to juice for 2 weeks, I'm going to do smoothies then with the addition of berries for the next week, so the 3rd week, and I'm going to add bananas into it on the 4th week. I'm not going to do that because it's complicated, right? I'm happy enough with what I'm doing now, quite satisfied with my progress through this, right? I'm on day 10 tomorrow, and I don't see any need to complicate things further, right? So that is the process from day 1 to day 30. Then there's going to be another process and another process. And by doing these processes, that's how you get to your ultimate goal, right? You know, break down your goal into smaller chunks. Figure out how you're going to reach those smaller chunks by figuring out a process, and then do the process and stick to the process. I'll see you in a little bit. I'm going to do I think a mean green for my evening juice. I'm going to light the fire now, as I said, and go in and have a shower and a shave and get myself cleaned up. We had a hectic day today, going out to the MOT station, the ATV as it's called over here, the motor, to get the vehicle tested and stuff like that. So I'll speak to you later on. Take care. Bye. Okay, that's it for day 9. It's just 25 to 7 now. Settling in. We've got a fire behind me. I've got Star Trek on Netflix. Esther's at work, unfortunately, but hey, I've got the mean green juice. Probably another 3 of those glasses. I'm going to drink that and then have some nice valerian tea to knock me out tonight. Not that I need much to knock me out, but it's just it's one of those habits that I've got into now, just valerian tea or chamomile at night, and it's just nice to do it. It's a good day today. Got a lot of things done. We had one of our neighbours coming around. We adopted a dog, or fostered a dog there a while ago, called Zorro. We called him Zorro because he had a big black patch across his eyes. He was just a lovely dog, and we had him for about 3 weeks when he was a puppy, and the owners came around today. An English couple, a young English couple. They live locally. One's a painter, and I don't know what she does for a living, but they both work over here. Been over here for a couple of years. Unfortunately, it didn't bring Zorro around because Mummy's still here, and we weren't sure how she'd react to another dog coming in around her pups and stuff, so we just have to be careful. We got news that she's going next week. We've got one little puppy over there. I don't know if you can see him. He's snuggled up on Esther's boot, and another one over there. So yeah, brilliant. They're just, I mean, that's all they really do. They're getting much more lively now, you know, that they're getting older, but yeah, they're lovely. I'll have to do another couple of videos for you, and maybe over the next couple of days I'll stick one in. Tomorrow I'm going to do a comparison video between the 2 juices that I've got, the masticating juicer and the centrifugal one. Is it centrifugal one? Anyway, the fast juicer and what I call now the slow juicer. So I'll speak to you tomorrow. Have a great night. See you later. Bye.